and year after year, battle of wind and rain, even so did these two men await the onset of great Asius confidently, without flinching. For the Trojans, led him by Iamanius, Orestes, Adamas, the son of Asius, Thum, and Omias, raised a loud cry of battle and made straight for the wall, holding their shields of dry ox hide above their heads. For a while the two defenders remained inside and cheered the Achaeans on to stand firm in the defense of their ships. When, however, they saw that the Trojans were attacking the wall while the Danaans were crying out for help, and being routed, they rushed outside and fought in front of the gate like two wild boars upon the mountains that divide the attack of men and dogs. And charging on either side, break down the wood all around them, tearing it up by roots, and one can hear the clattering of their tusks till someone hits them and makes an end of them. Even so did the gleaming bronze rattle about their breast as the weapons fell upon them, or they fought with great fury, trusting to their own prowess and to those who were on the wall above them. These three great stones had their assailants in defense of themselves, their tents and their ships. The stones fell thick as the flakes of snow, which some of their fierce blast drives from dark clouds and showers down and sheets upon the earth. Even so fell the weapons from the hands of the Trojans and Achaeans, helmet and shield rang out as the great stones rained upon them. And Odysseus, son of Heraticus, in his dismay cried aloud and smote his two thighs. Father Zeus, he cried, of a truth you two are altogether given to lying. I made sure the Argive heroes could not withstand us, whereas wayside they leave not the halls wherein they have built undefended, but fight for their little ones against all who would take them. Even so these men, though they be but two, will not be driven from the gates, but stand firm either to slay or be slain. He spoke, but moved not the mind of Zeus, whose counsel it then was to give glory to Hector. Meanwhile the rest of the Trojans were fighting about the other gates. I, however, am no god, to be able to tell about all these things, for the battle raged everywhere about the stone wall as it were a fiery furnace. The Argives, discomfited though they were forced to defend their ships, and all the gods who were defending the Achaeans were vexed in spirit, but the Lapithae kept on fighting with might and main. Thereon Polypoetus, the mighty son of Pirithous, hit Damasus with a spear upon his cheek, pierced helmet. The helmet did not protect him, for the point of the spear went through it, and broke the bone, so that the brain inside was scattered about, and he died fighting. He then slew Pylon, and Orymanus, Leonatus, and the race of Ares, killed Hippomachus, the son of Antimachus, by striking him with a spear upon the girdle. He then drew his sword and sprang first upon Antiphates, whom he killed in battle, in combat, and who fell face upwards on the earth. After him he killed Menon, Iamenus, and Orestes, and laid them low one after the other. While they were busy stripping the armor from these heroes, the youths who were led by Polydamas and Hector, and these were the greater power to the most valiant of those who were trying to break through the wall and fire the ships, were still standing by the trench, certain that they should do. For they seen a sign from heaven, when they had essayed to cross, a soaring eagle, and flew skirting the left wing of their host, of a monstrous blood-red snake, and its talons still alive and struggling to escape. The snake was still bent on revenge, wriggling and twisting itself backwards till it struck the bird that held it on the neck and breast, whereon the bird, being in pain, let it fall, dropping it into the middle of the host, and then flew down the wing with a sharp cry. The Trojans were struck with terror when they saw the snake portent of Aegis bearing Zeus, writhing in the midst of them. Polydamas went up to Hector and said, Hector, at our councils of war, you are ever given to rebuke me, even when I speak wisely as though it were not well. Forsooth, that one of the people should cross your will, either in the field or at the council board, you would have them support you always. Nevertheless, I will say that I think will be best. Let us not know. Now, go on to fight the Nans at their ships, for I know that I will happen if the soaring eagle, which skirted the left wing of our host, with a monstrous blood-red snake in its talons, the snake being still alive, was really sent as an omen to the Trojans on their essaying to cross the trench. The eagle let go her hold, she did not succeed in taking it home to her little ones, and so will it be with ourselves, even though by a mighty effort we break through the gates and the wall of the Achaeans, and they give way before us. Still, we shall not return in good order by the way we came, but shall leave many a man behind us whom the Achaeans will do to death in defense of their ships. Thus would any seer, who is expert in these matters, was trusted by the people, read the portent. Hector looked fiercely at him and said, Polydamas, I like not of your reading. You can find a better saying than this if you will. If, however, you have spoken in good earnest, then indeed has heaven robbed you of your reason. You would have me pay no heed to counsels of Zeus, nor to the promises he made me, and bowed his head in confirmation. You bid me rule rather by the flight of wildfowl, while what I care, whether they fly towards dawn or dark, and whether they be on my right hand or my left. Let us put our trust rather in counsel great Zeus, king of mortals and immortals. There is one omen, and one only, that a man should fight for his country. Why are you so fearful? Though we be all of us slain at the ships of the Argives, you are not likely to be killed yourself, for you are not steadfast nor courageous. If you will not fight, or would talk others over from doing so, you shall fall forthwith before my spear. With these words he led the way, and the others followed after, with a cry that rent the air. Then Zeus, the Lord of Thunder, sent a blast of a mighty wind from the mountains of Ida, that bore from dust down towards the ships. He thus lulled the Achaeans into security and gave victory to Hector and to the Trojans, who was resting to their own might, and to the signs that he had shown them, essayed to bring through the great wall of the Achaeans. They tore down the breastworks from the walls and overthrew the battlements. They upheaved the buttresses of the Achaeans had set in front of the wall in order to support it. When they had pulled these down, they made sure of breaking through the wall. But the Danaans still showed no sign of getting round. They still fenced the battlements with their shields of oxhide, and hurled their missiles down upon the foe as soon as they came below the wall. The two Ajaxes went about everywhere on the walls, cheering on the Achaeans, giving fair words to some, while they spoke sharply to anyone whom they saw to be remiss. My friends, they cried, Argives, one and all, good, bad, and indifferent, for there was never fight yet in which all were of equal prowess. There is now work enough, as you very well know, for all of you. See that you none of you turn in flight towards the ships, daunted by the shouting of the foe, or press forward and keep one another. and heart. If it may so be that Olympian Zeus, the Lord of Lightning, will vouchsafe us to repel our foes and drive them back towards the city. Thus did the two go about shouting and cheering the evenings on, as the flakes and fall thick upon a witch's day when Zeus is minded to snow. And to display his arrows to mankind, he lulls the wind to rest and snows hour after hour till he has buried the tops of the high mountains, the headlands that jut into the sea, the grassy plains, till the fields of men. The snow lies deep upon the forelands and havens of grey sea, but the waves as they come rolling in stay it.